Let me make you a cup of coffee. And can I tell you one of my favorite stories to tell? It's going to take a few minutes, so this video is already going to be a little bit longer, but I hope you'll stay with me. My church had a women's mission trip go to Belize, and so we put on this huge women's conference. It was so awesome, and so it took a long time to get ready and all that stuff. So like we were there for 7 days, 6 days we worked, and then the last day we played, and we went to like the beach, and we went on an excursion swimming with sharks and like the manta ray things. And it was a blast. So we go, and Cappuccino was awesome. And we get on the boat, all of us ladies and just a couple men, and we ride the boat all the way to where we're going. And so we go snorkeling first. It was so cool to see the coral reefs. And then we go to the shark area. And so one of our male leaders jumps off first. And I was like, I'm going to not be a coward. I'm going to jump off second. And so I jump off, heart racing, and then I'm just swimming a little bit. I don't see anything quite yet. But then they're like, the water's too deep, because it was pretty tall. And so they're like, we're going to go over here. And so I thought that they were going to move the boat like 10 feet. No. They start driving the boat and it's like far away. And I'm just here, and I see like the male leader like swimming. I was like, oh. So I was like, I'm going to be brave. That's what I said I was going to do. I'm going to be brave. And you start seeing the shadows under the water. And I'm like, I'm not a great swimmer, but I'm not like a sinker. So like, I'm not fast, but I'm going. By the time I get there, I'm out of breath, and we are submerged with these nurse sharks. And I guess they don't have teeth, but like they got big suckers that they're still kind of scary. So anyways, all the girls finally get out. And so I'm like, I'm still kind of nervous. Because like I don't want to show that I'm scared, but like these are legit sharks. And so I see Captain Cheeto like on the edge just watching, because he's a good leader, man. He really is. And so I go and stand by him, because I was like, okay, I'm just going to do what Captain Cheeto does. Water's up to about here now. And so I'm just like standing there. We got to talking, because I love talking to new people. And so we kind of skipped small talk pretty quickly. We started talking about the American government. He's like, man, y'all are slaves to all the taxation and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but our taxes go to like things that like I don't approve of, but they go to a lot of things I do approve of. And so we were talking about, he was criticizing all the support going to Ukraine, all the billions of dollars to fight that war. And so I was like, well, and criticizing the president's choice to do that. I was like, hey, listen, if you were talking to the president, what would you want to say to them? And he was like, I would like to see more investment in Central America's ports. Like, if the United States started investing in these ports, then we could start having cruise ships come along and stuff, and like supporting our recreational activity and supporting their infrastructure, because our money would go and start, developing into these. So it would be an investment for them, and it'd be an investment for us, because then we have these ports. And I was like, that's actually a pretty clever idea. I like that idea too, Captain Cheatham. And so it got me to thinking. I was reading this article about how China will use civilian ships to dual purpose military ships, like to kind of fly under the radar, but build up their navy in a way that is, when I read that, I just started laughing. I was like, that's genius. The shipping containers, genius. The fishing ships, genius. And so I was like, well, Captain Cheeto, I think, was onto something. What if we had these cruise liners that could dual purpose too? Like, obviously, this is just an idea, and ideas are meaningless unless action goes behind them. But I super like thought experiments, because that's also how Einstein developed so many of his theories, just by thought experiments. So I was like, what if our cruise ships, thought experiment, could dual purpose too? And we have recreation going on. We're investing in other communities, as long as it doesn't turn into like the Belt Road Initiative vibes, because that's, ugh. As long as we don't do that. But we instead build an infrastructure that supports instead of debts other nations, for real. I don't know. I think that there's so many ways we could dual purpose life to be more efficient and innovative and remain secure and on top. For real. I didn't do my coffee. My bad. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. For real. I need to start doing that. And subscribe and share if you found this useful. All the things. I love you. We got this. Let's go.